boy, this is going to be fun. I can tell already. You are an exuberant group. I heard you backstage. Holy smokes. This is long service. A lot of you were in this thing in the Coolidge administration, weren't you? It's just done a lot of television, been on big stages you might have heard of, from Vegas to Atlantic City to Lake Tahoe and all places in between. But you know, as a performer, you keep working and hoping and dreaming that one day you'll get to play the Imperial Ballroom at the Sheraton with the NEC, so my gosh. And you are here to share the dream. I'm feeling it, folks. I'm feeling it. This is the best show this side of Las Vegas tonight, folks. The best ever, I guarantee you. If the Ringling Brothers Circus was in town, all the performers would call in sick and be in this room to see this show tonight, guaranteed. I grew up in a little town called Moss Point, Mississippi. Yeah. And where are you from, hon?
I went to third grade in Moss Point.
Third grade in Moss Point, Mississippi, ladies and gentlemen, right here. I got a ride home. That's wonderful. Okay. Some things, it was a little annoying. I have to admit that magnifying mirror, that was a little too much information. You know, it's fine for you ladies with the smooth faces and everything, but us guys, we're just whiskers and pores, you know. I looked into that thing at 7 o'clock this morning. I looked like a colander with nose hair. It was horrible. Here's a tip, though, guys. When you get out of the shower, if you'll just walk over to that thing, it will boost your self-esteem. I'm just saying, it's just makes you feel a lot better. This fella has been on The Tonight Show 5 times with both Johnny and Jay. He's been on The Ellen Show. Say hello to Dan Menendez. Texas, all the way from Texas, yeah. Alabama, Georgia. The only one that came by train was probably Sid Mobley, don't you think? He was the only. You might have seen him already on Crook and Chase, you know, the chat show, or opening for the Statler Brothers, or for the legendary Glenn Campbell. That ain't small potatoes there, folks. James Wedgwood. Up in a fancy hotel. This is how fancy it was. I got into my room, there was a $6 bottle of water in my room for my convenience. And I'm thinking it must be a real hassle for them, you know, keeping up with accounting and all that. So for their convenience, I drank mine and filled it back up in the sink. So. I recommend you all do that when you're in such a situation. They'll thank you for it. They will thank you for something for everybody in this man's show. He came to you all the way from Las Vegas, Nevada. Please, warm welcome to Ken Block. Has you had a good time? Anybody remember when a passenger side airbag was your mother-in-law? Things, it was a little annoying. I have to admit that magnifying mirror, that was a little too much information. You know, it's fine for you ladies with the smooth faces and everything, but us guys, we're just whiskers and pores, you know. I looked into that thing at 7 o'clock this morning. I looked like a colander with nose hair. It was horrible. Here's a tip, though, guys. When you get out of the shower, if you'll just walk over to that thing, it will boost your self-esteem. I'm just saying, it's just makes you feel a lot better. But the room gifts, the free stuff, is amazing. Look at this. If you put this in your suitcase, they'll bring you some more tomorrow. I couldn't believe all the stuff they give away. This, look, right there in my bathroom. It was great. I was just... These will fit into the overhead bins, too, by the way. I tell you who could talk to traffic. My cousin Lester now. He was a black belt in sarcasm. No, don't signal whatever you do. That'd spoil a big surprise, wouldn't it? What are you doing, buddy? You want to back off a little bit there, Procto boy? Good Lord. Already had my rectal exam this week, if you don't mind. Honk if you spot a polyp. And a cousin of mine came up to me and said she'd been studying up on the genealogy, you know, the family tree and all that. And she said, Mack, do you realize that you are 164th Choctaw Indian? I thought, wow, that's pretty fascinating to me, you know. So, you know, I did some research and studied up on the history and the culture of my people. And I found it just intriguing, but I find it hardly ever comes up in the conversation. You have to bring it up yourself if you get to talk about it at all. Well, I travel a lot being in the business I'm in, you know, so I might be on a long cross-country trip, you know, and after a couple of boring hours on the plane, I might just, to break the ice, you know, turn to the person sitting next to me and say something like, hey, 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 they're always real surprised because I don't look Choctaw at all, you know. It embarrasses my children. Whining lizard, sulking elk, texting moose. Kind of annoys my wife, screeching badger. She gets a little upset. She does. I am joking, I am joking. I am married finally to my soulmate. I am happy to, I had a practice wife. But 17 years ago, I found this woman, and I'm gonna hold her close, and boy. Men and women's needs are so different. That's how we mess up, guys, because we think, you know, we never know. And women's needs, my wife has taught me, for example, over the years that she needs more calcium, iron, ointments, unguents, emollients, cotton balls, phone time with her mother, lipstick, lip gloss, lip balm, lip liner, shoes for every imaginable occasion, and some I can't even imagine. Constant assurance that her butt is exactly the right size. She needs more little glass and porcelain things, more candles, mirrors, picture frames, things made of gold, silk, and wicker. Pillows of every conceivable shape and size. Detailed information about the neighbors' personal lives. Potpourri. Hundreds of tiny little bottles with mysterious stuff in them. Dozens of pretty little boxes with nothing in them. And an occasional girls' night out with a gay guy who can dance. And that's about it. That's about it. That's all they need. When I was a kid, my parents bought me one of those little plastic record players and a record. And I played that thing so many times. I learned my very first song by heart all the way through, just listening to that record. Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam, and the deer and the hay, where seldom is heard a discord, a discord, a discord, a discord, and the skies are a home, range, where antelope is heard. A discord outie all day. Hey, 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 hey.